Final.
Ah, you know I like to talk about tires. Guess who just got a new set of tires? The last run I was on, I had some cracking going on in the sidewalls, and I knew about the cracking, but when I came back from the run, there was a bunch of slime coming out of those cracks. So I said, uh-oh, I can't run on these tires anymore. I had to bite the bullet. I had to make the decision. So this is my decision. These are what I settled on. Well, not settled on. These are what I bought. These are a set of 26 by 9 and 26 by 11, 12 Kenda HTR. The HTR stands for Hard Terrain Radial. Now, I run in mud. I run in hard terrain. The majority of the time, I have a mixed trail. I went with an all-terrain tire. I didn't go with a mud tire, hence the tread pattern. These tires are also, as mentioned, a radial tire. Radial tire, much, much more of a smoother ride. I've tested out a couple radial tires on other ATVs, other people's ATVs. Now, that's not to say that their setup was, what I would necessarily go with. However, I did notice a difference with handling on high-speed running. Overall traction on things like loose sandy soil and like a loam mixture, which we tend to run into a lot, or I tend to run into a lot when I'm out running the four-wheelers. So let's break these tires down a little bit further. 8-ply. These are directional 8-ply radial. Little bit heavier than what I like. I don't know the weights of these tires offhand. I'll post that somewhere in not a link, but a little annotation somewhere. But let's break the tread pattern down a little bit. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, the tread pattern are not very deep on these. They look pretty friggin' deep to me. They're around 1 inch deep. I don't have my tire gauge with me, but they claim they're around 1 inch, and I can definitely see at least 1 inch on there for tread depth. And we have these nice little dimples, or these nice little sipes, which do provide more biting edge, of course, and take a little bit of weight away from the tire. Now, obviously, that's going to be the first thing that's going to wear is, these dimples. And they go, kind of fairly deep in there. I know the little rocks like to get hung up in those things and like to be chucked at your face or from the guy riding behind you. But looking at this tread pattern here, we have bars in the side and they're angled lugs with a set of angled lugs in between, and they're not the ones in between aren't connected to the side tread at all. And we do have this center lug here too for to smooth things out a little bit. They do seem like they will clean out well. Again, I don't have that really thick gumboy peanut butter style mud that you see in some people's videos. That is not the terrain that we run here in Nova Scotia. It doesn't exist here. I'm sure, there's lots of swamps and things like that, but the tire that I chose is going to clean out well because you have, again, 1 inch tread depth on the tire itself and the spacing between the lugs. So, any all-terrain tire set up like this is going to do well in the types of terrain that we run, unless you're into strictly a mud tire. But then you're not going to get the same quality of ride as if you had, say, an all-terrain tire, all-purpose tire. So, that is why I went with these tires. And actually, they kind of got a cool design here too on the side lugs, which is really nice to see. And you know what? Having these side lugs, a lot of people don't think that it makes a difference. It makes a difference. If you have your bike hung up, if you're centered, your differential's on in the center of a rut or something like that, or your skid plate's in the center of a rut, and you need to rock that bike back and forth to get that traction, that traction is not going to come from here. It's going to come from here on the sides of your trench. So those lugs on the side definitely do make a difference. And speaking of the sidewall, we see here, it kind of has this kind of little indent section right here, which is reinforced. And this is a like a rim guard. So that when you're crawling over rocks and things like that, these are the 9s, so these will be the fronts. Your rim's going to be tucked in here instead of being pooched out a little bit. So that's one good thing about having, you know, a thicker, heavier tire is you're not going to beat up your rims. Now, my rims, they're like 6 years old now, so they are getting, you know, pretty beat up, but I got to live with it. But I do think this is going to be a good overall tire for me to run, and I know it's not really much of a comparison, but that's pretty smooth. That's not bouncing all over the place. So there you have it. I wouldn't expect a video for the next couple weeks. I got some stuff going on. I'm going to do some maintenance on my bike. It's almost rolled over to 10,000. So I want to change the coolant, the plugs, do the valves. All the regular maintenance stuff that's involved. Plus, get these mounted. And it's going to be nice not to have to rely on slime that goes in the inside of the tires. So, I'll try to keep you guys entertained with, you know, maybe another music video or something like that, if I have time to do that. So I'm going to be pretty busy anyway. But I just wanted to get this video out there just to, you know, let you guys know that I'm going to take a little bit of a break with riding. I have a video that I just uploaded tonight. And it's still uploading, actually. The old computer over there working away in the dark. So, anyway, I do appreciate your likes, your comments, your views. If you do like the videos that I put out, the ride vlog videos and the maintenance videos, and the maintenance video seems to do quite well in terms of view count. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to get in some more maintenance videos. And that's kind of hard at the same time because I'm dealing with my own bike. And I don't get the opportunity to take in other ATVs too often. I do work on other ATVs, other people's ATVs, but I don't have a legitimate business, so, you know, shh. But that's not that often anyway. I mostly do favors for friends. But, again, if you like these kinds of videos, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will try to get some more videos out to you guys as soon as I can. And again, unfortunately, I just don't have the time. But thank you for joining me tonight, and hopefully you enjoy the video that's being uploaded now. I'll link that in the description below, so you can check that out. And that actually was a record-breaking ride for me. Probably why the whole reason why my tires fell apart, but we put on, it was myself, Kevin, and John, and we put on 199.8 kilometers in one day. And that's a good ride for out this way, because it's pretty rocky terrain. Anyway, guys, I got to get some stuff done, so I appreciate your time, and thanks a lot. We'll see you next run. Rye Guy out.